If a loan of P dollars at an interest rate of R% per year, compounded monthly, is payable in N monthly installments of M dollars each, then M is determined by the formula. M is equal to this whole expression, RP over 1200, all over 1 minus the quantity 1 plus R over 1200, all raised to the negative N. Okay. John and Sue took out loans whose monthly installments were determined using the formula above. Both loans had the same interest rate and the same number of monthly installments. John's monthly installment was what percent of Sue's monthly installment? So don't let this whole formula here intimidate you, because it really contains a whole bunch of garbage which you can ignore. So think of it this way. So let's start with our question here. We want John's monthly installment as a percent of Sue's monthly installment. So that means we want John's M for John, over M for Sue. Now, what are they telling us? They have the same interest rate, so they have the same R, and the same number of monthly installments, so the same N. So the only thing that is changing on this, the right side of this equation, is their P, the amount of their loans. And then based on that, so that is the only thing that is changing their M's. So in other words, we can sort of think of our M's for John and for Sue is really just being, we can think of everything in this equation other than P, because it's the same for both of them. Just think of that as X. In other words, you can move this P off to the side here. And so you can think of this whole equation as M is equal to X times P, where X is equal to R over 1200 all over this 1 minus 1 plus R over 1200 all raised to the negative N, because these don't change for either of them. So just imagine that formula is written like this. So John's M is going to be equal to, so M John is equal to X times John's loan amount, so P John, and then Sue's M for Sue, is going to be equal to X, because everything here is the same, times Sue's loan amount, P for Sue. And because of that, so now here we can think of M John over M Sue as just being X times P John over X times P for Sue. Let me erase this guy here to make some space. So this X, remember, is the same for both of them. So this is really just John's loan amount over P's loan amount is the only thing we care about. So now, knowing this, statement 1 says the amount of Sue's loan was 4 times the amount of John's loan. So that means P Sue is equal to 4 times P for John. So this means M John over M Sue is just going to be equal to P John over then we just substitute 4P John for P Sue. And left was just 1/4. So this statement is sufficient. Second statement says Sue's monthly installment was 4 times John's monthly installment. So they're just giving us our M's here directly. So this is even easier, because if we're looking for M John over M Sue, and they tell us here that M Sue is equal to 4 times M for John. So M John over M Sue is just going to be M John over 4 times M John. And we get the same thing, 1/4. So D, each is sufficient.